Hello students, today we are going to discuss fertilization or syngamy. So sexual reproduction primarily involves formation and fusion of gametes. Fertilization in the latter process, which involves fusion of haploid male and female gamete, resulting in the formation of diploid zygote. Like other mammals, in human the process of fertilization is internal and it usually takes place in the ampulla of the fallopian or uterine tube. The fertilization egg or zygote will develop into embryo and this process occurs within the uterus. So we will discuss mechanism of fertilization. It involves many steps. We are going to discuss them one by one. Semen released during ejaculation has sperms and some secretions. The coagulated semen now undergoes liquefaction and sperms become active. The mechanism of fertilization is as follows. First, movement of sperm towards the egg. It involves capacitation of sperms reaching the vagina. Here, as many as 50% are demotilized, broken or destroyed. Remaining sperms undergo capacitation. This process requires 5 to 6 hours. So you have to mention here timing specifically. Acrosome membrane becomes thin and Ca++ enters the sperm. Acrosome is a part of sperm which is having cap-like structure, which we have discussed in previous lectures. Enters the Ca++ enter the sperm and their tail begin to show rapid whiplash movements. As a result of capacitation, sperms become extra active and begin to start moving upwards from vagina to uterus and to the oviduct. The prostaglandins activate the sperms. The vestibular secretion of the female also enhance sperm motility. The sperm swim at the average speed of 1.5 to 3 mm per minute. You have to remember this number. It can come into as your MCQs. So minute things you have to remember. First is timing required for capacitation and second is speed of the sperm. Sperms reach up to the ampulla as a result of their own swimming and partly by contraction of uterus and fallopian tubes. So, reasons for sperm motility are own swimming capacity and partly by contraction of uterus and fallopian tubes. These are the reasons for the sperm motility. After capacitation, the sperms may reach ampulla within 5 minutes. Here again timing change. Sperms can remain viable for 24 to 48 hours. Ovum for about 24 hours. Okay. Next part is entry of sperm into egg. Out of 200 to 400 million sperms, only few hundred manage to reach the ampulla through many sperms. Though many sperms reach the ampulla, but only a single sperm fertilizes the ovum. A sperm after reaching the egg ovum comes to lie against it. Its Acrosome releases lysines. Now see the functions of acrosomes here. Everything is based on acrosome. Ca++ is related to acrosome. Again, acrosome is releasing lysines, hyaluronidase and corona penetrating enzyme. Hyaluronidase and corona penetrating enzymes. These are the names of two lysines. They separate and dissolve the cells of corona radiata. So the sperm head passes through zona pellucida of egg. The zona pellucida has fertilizing receptor proteins ZP3 and ZP2. This part is important. Name of the fertilizing receptor proteins and name of the lysines. The fertilizing binds to specific acid protein, anti-fertilizing of sperms. It brings about attraction of sperms to the egg to enhance fertilization. Fertilizing anti-fertilizing interaction is species-specific. Thus, fertilizing anti-fertilizing reaction is also called compatibility reaction. Question can come in this form also. What do you mean by compatibility reaction? The fertilizing anti-fertilizing reaction is called compatibility reaction. Now next part is acrosome reaction. As the sperm head touches the zona pellucida in the animal pole region, its acrosome covering ruptures to release lytic enzymes acrosine or zona lysine. Here again changes in names of enzymes, lytic enzymes acrosine or zona lysine. They act on zona pellucida at the point of contact. This causes egg reaction. A small fertilizing cone of reception is formed on the egg membrane. The sperm head comes in contact with the cone. The result is production of a weak wave depolarization. Plasma membrane of both cells dissolve at the point of contact. The sperm nucleus and the centrioles enter the egg, while other parts remain outside. As soon as sperm head touches the vitelline membrane, a cortical reaction gets activated, changing the vitelline membrane into fertilization membrane by deactivating the sperm receptors of zona pellucida. A distinct perivitelline space is created around fertilization membrane. This prevents any further entry of sperms into egg, that is, polyspermy is avoided. So, here one question in the form of MCQ can come. Which prevents polyspermy or entry of the other sperm into egg? The answer is a distinct perivitelline space is created around fertilization membrane. This prevents any further entry of other sperm into the egg, that is polyspermy. The next part is activation of ovum. Up to this we are discussed the entry of sperm. Now we are going to discuss the female reproductive part. Now first step is activation of ovum. The ovum before fertilization was at metaphase stage 2. With the contact of sperm head to the vitelline membrane of egg, it gets activated to resume and complete its meiosis II. With this, it gives out the second polar body. The germinal vesicle organizes into female pronucleus. At this stage, it is true ovum or egg. Fusion of egg or sperm. Egg and sperm. The Coverings of male and female pronuclei degenerate, allowing chromosomal pairing. This results in the formation of synkaryon by the process called syngamy or karyogamy. Remember this statement. The coverings of male and female pronuclei degenerate, allowing the chromosomal pairing. This results in the formation of synkaryon by the process of syngamy or karyogamy.